everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
I believe that through observing others, you are able to recognize yourself. We did not randomly come into existence as we are now. It was through relationships and experiences that our existence becomes more defined. The looking glass self theory is coined by Charles Horton Cooley. The theory can be defined as the ideas and feelings that people have about themselves that are developed in response to the way they perceive and internalize how other people may perceive and evaluate them. This theory demonstrates how the comparison of others against ourselves contributes to how we shape our identities and self-esteem. This includes evaluating how others make us feel and how we interact with them, and vice versa.
Had some time to think lately. Ever since you dropped into my life, it's like I put on glasses. Except I can't tell whether everything's blurry or more clear.
Through our interactions with others, we gain insights into our own values, beliefs, and aspirations. Relationships serve as mirrors, reflecting back to us the aspects of ourselves that we may not have fully recognized or understood. By comparing your experiences and beliefs with other people, your differences become more apparent, thus establishing your individuality. One of the most insightful series I have watched is Neon Genesis of Evangelion. The final episode of the series depicts the intricate ways people shape our identities and our experiences. The protagonist, Shinji Ikari, is a timid young boy who struggles with a distant relationship with himself and the world around him. Through his introspective journey, the narrative explores how relationships and external perceptions influence self-worth and personal growth. As he confronts the expectations and judgments of those around him, viewers witness his internal struggle between isolation and the deep yearning for connection. A lot of the conclusions Shinji was able to come to heavily support Cooley's looking glass self theory. One of them being, there is very little difference between how you interpret yourself and how others interpret you. Shinji attached his self-worth on his ability to connect with others, because without others he felt he lacked a sense of self. To show Shinji his isolation only inhibits him from developing a sense of self, the people around him discuss the importance of interaction.
Without others to interact with, you cannot truly recognize your own image.
My own image?
That's right. In the act of observing others, you may find and recognize yourself.
Your self-image is restrained by having to observe the barriers between yourself and others.
Imagine living in a world in which only you existed. There are absolutely no restrictions on your freedom, and there's nothing for you to interact with or compare yourself to. No distinction between you and everything else. This would mean that you hardly existed at all. This is because by engaging with other people and recognizing your differences, you become more distinguishable. The act of observing others enables you to recognize facets of your own identity. Through dialogue, shared experiences, and even conflict, we discover our sense of self, learning who we are and what we stand for in relation to those around us. I think it's so beautiful that every person you come across is made up of everything and anything that was once significant or mattered to them. That's so beautiful. No other organism can relate to that, and it's so fascinating that everyone you come across is just a reflection of something they care about or cared about. And of course there's a bad side to that, but even that is kind of poetic. Or maybe, I don't know. I just think that that's amazing, that that's something unique to humans only.
It makes you realize that we are all on a small little planet, and we all have the same reaction to the universe we live in.
Wow.
Whether through shared experiences, constructive feedback, or challenging conversations, our connections with others provide valuable opportunities for self-reflection, learning, and transformation. As we navigate the rest of our complex lives, it's important for us to cherish and nurture the bonds that unite us, because it is through human connection that we find meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in our journey through life.